thank you, James. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone, today. I want to thank you in advance for allowing me to be here. Everybody that had anything to do with me being here. When James told me about the event and the audience that was going to be here and stuff, it really got me excited because I'm always anxious. I'm always loving it when I get a chance to be around some high achievers. High achievers. People who think big. People who don't think out of the box because they were never in the box. People who think that the hot seat is the best seat in the house. Those doers of deeds, those people who don't just live in this world, but you go out and you change the world. So it's an extreme honor and a blessing to get an opportunity just to be in the midst tonight. I've been able to talk to a couple of people already. I feel somewhat so inspired. And even as a speaker, an inspirational speaker, motivation, I like to say transformational. But I also love to come and hear speakers and sit down at their feet and glean because I need to be recharged and I need to be rebuilt. Because as you all know here as high achievers, we do not only have to know and read and do things like that, but we have to create an environment around us, a tribe, that constantly speaks to us, that keeps us focused and keeps us on our way. So when I get down here and walk, I like to walk. Again, my name is Tracy Williams. Like he said again, I've come to you from Brooklyn, New York. My first 14 years of my life, moved down to North Carolina, so that's why I don't have that New York accent anymore. I got a southern drawl. I like to say I traded in my New York accent for a beautiful southern wife I got over there. My wife too. Give her a hand. Me and Tina been married for 36 years? We going on 36 years. 36 years. Wow. Now y'all to give us a hand for that. 36 years. She ought to just go straight to heaven. All she got to say is, I was married to Tracy, and they ought to just let her in. She's been my support. She's been a rock. She's been a tremendous mother to my children. When I'm down and I need to be picked up, she's been my motivator. But most importantly, she's always let me know that she believed in me. And everybody in here got to know, it's always a great thing when you got at least one body that believes in you, that believes in you, no matter what. Not only just in the good times, but in the bad times. Not only on the wins, but in the losses or the failures. Now, as a basketball player coming up, you know, I always tell kids or whomever I'm training, I'm working with or coaching, I said, you got to have a different mindset than most people. Especially if you're trying to get to the place where you get paid money, checks with commas on them, to play this child's game that we play. To be able to do that, you can't think like people, well, normal people as they would say. You got to be able to dream that big dream. And you got to be able to hold on to that dream until that dream gets a hold of you. Now, along the way, there's going to be some ups and downs. There's going to be some ins and outs. I've never, ever known anybody that success was a straight line. It zigs, it zags, it goes back 2 steps so you can come up 1. And that's kind of how it's been my career, my life. You know, I didn't necessarily grow up in the type of conditions that are conducive to great success. And, you know, from where I started at to speak for presidents of the United States, Keynote, the National Prayer Breakfast, be in front of the U.S. Senate and Congress and the House, over 140 countries around the world. Nobody would have thought that when I first started out. But I ain't gonna lie to you, I did. I was thinking that from the very beginning. I always had that type of dream. I would always tell my mother, I said, Mom, one of these days I'm going to be on television and you're going to look at me. And my sisters, I'm only boy of 6 girls, they would say, They don't let people with big lips like you on TV. You never ever gonna get a chance to be up there. You don't have what it takes. Years later, I would get my first acting role, speaking role on a hit television show. Do you not know the first thing I did once I filmed that show was call them sisters up. Told them that tonight at 9 o'clock, you make sure you buy a television. Because all you're going to see is these big lips on that hit TV show on One Tree Hill. And I told them thank you for inspiring me. Thank you for pushing me. Thank you for helping me to stay focused. You know, the young kids call those people who say, call them haters or player haters. I tell them, I said, look, always make sure you got a healthy group of haters around you. You got to always make sure you got a healthy group of unbelievers and non-believers. And make sure you tell them your dream first. Make sure you tell them your next move first. Because I always say, you got to turn them haters into motivators. Those are the ones that those days when you got more bill than money. Those days when you got more work to do than you got energy to do it. Those times when you feel like you're all by yourself and don't nobody really understand what you're trying to do. Those are the times that those haters are going to come up in your head and in your mind. And they're going to, or sometimes if you're me, they'll walk up to you and say, have you made it yet? I'm still waiting. I ain't seen you on TV yet. You ain't doing anything that you said you were going to do yet. And they didn't know right then. I stood up, squared my shoulders. New energy, new light came back into me. New strength came back into me. And I would say a little something. I said, what? I said, well, you ain't seen me on TV, then you better pay your cable bill. I said, man, you got to be able to see me. Now, at that time, I wasn't on TV, but I was doing what the Bible says, speaking those things that are not as though they were. Sometimes before this stuff materializes, you got to say it first. You got to put it out there. And I'm going to tell you a whole bunch of this stuff I done said, I already did. But I spoke it first. And I didn't know at the time that when I was speaking, I was inspiring other people. I was just trying to get to my goals. I was just trying to live out my dream. But I found out later that I was inspiring other people, inspiring other folks to be more. Tonight I wanted to come share with you a little bit about failure, how to deal with it, how to make it yours, how to make it work for you. But in the end, I want you to understand that failure should lead to something more than just you living out your goal or your dream or building your company into a huge success around the world. Failure should lead you to significance. I spoke to a group of high achievers in America a few years ago, and one of the things I said, you know, it's all right to be successful, but it's even better to be significant. Success means you did something good for you and your family and the people that work with you and work for you. That's okay. A lot of successful people. But a lot of those people go to the grave before they become significant. Significance means that you did something for the world. You changed the world. Not just came to live here. You changed it. You changed it. And I always try to encourage people to do that on purpose. Because you never know who's watching. You never know who's taking a look at you. Because they won't come up to you and they won't tell you. They see you striving. They see you trying to do something that's going to be good, not just for you, but everybody in your situation. And they're watching and they're learning. You know, scientists, James, say that when you're born, humans are only born with two fears. The fear of falling and the fear of loud noises. But over our lifetime, we acquire these other fears. Fear of cat hair, fear of heights, that's mine. You know, fear of being in tight spaces, that's another one. You know, that I don't want to be in any of those situations. Said, but I wasn't born with it, though. I wasn't born with that fear. I didn't have it. That's something I acquired later. They said loud noises. If you take a little baby, a little child, and you throw them up in the air and catch them, you see their eyes blink and stuff. Because this sensation, this thing is scary to them. When doctors want to check their hearing, they'll step out of their little baby's eyesight or whatever, and they'll pop their fingers or they'll slam something and make loud noises and see that child jump. That lets them know that that cognitive skill is actually working. But over time, we start acquiring other fears. And one of the greatest fears that plagues almost every one of us is the fear of failure. A fear of messing up. I came by here tonight to tell you that fear is not the opposite of success. It's a part of success. It's all right to fail when you're trying to be great. It's all right to fail when you're trying to be great. If there's any time that you can fail, it's all right to fail when you're trying to be great. Because when you fail is when you learn. People always say to me, say, are you one of those guys, those athletes that fears that you're scared of losing? And I said, no. Because I know I'm either going to win or I'm going to learn. And the more I learn, the less I'm going to lose. I'm either going to win or I'm going to learn. I'm going to learn from it. When I was 21 years old, I played Michael Jordan one-on-one at a basketball camp in front of about 2,100 campers. Now, at that time, he's known all over America. You couldn't find too many people that didn't know who Michael Jordan was. You know, soon, I had been talking junk to him the whole week of camp. I would say, you know what, man, I don't care about them shoes and all that other stuff that you got, your tongue stuck out. So I don't care about none of that. I said, you got to show me. James, I said, hey, I don't believe that. You got to show me that you're better than me. So finally, I didn't know, somebody set it up where when we're going to get all the campers and going to sit down. And then somebody said, you know, Tracy's been talking a lot this week. Even then, James, I was talking. He said, and so he wants to challenge Mike to a one-on-one game. I said, now I ain't going to lie, Billy, that fear came over. I said, now, it wasn't so much that I might lose. I wasn't even thinking that because I did think I was going to win. But I said, but in the strange happening that I might not win, I just lost in front of all of these kids. And I was scheduled to speak the next day to them kids. So I said, there's a chance I'm going to lose all of these kids tonight if I lose this game to Mike. The game starts. We going at it. This is no lie. We playing to 11. I'm winning. We get to the 10-point. I'm taking the ball out. For that one moment, James, I broke down and I thought, man, I'm getting ready to beat Michael Jordan. This is going to be crazy. All the news go ahead, man, this is going to be crazy. One-on-one. Nobody else, mano. He can't say where the other guys didn't help. It's going to be me and him. I'm going to beat him. So I'm standing there, and I just throw him the ball real hard. Just said, check it up, boy. I'm standing there, because, you know, I'm milking this whole moment. Man, them kids, they're standing up. They say, wow, this is getting ready to happen. This is going to go. And Michael, he breaks down, and he sticks that tongue out at the side of his mouth. And I say, yeah, I'm going to get him. I'm going to hit him with that pump fake, because he all nervous now, and he going to go for it. And I hit him with the pump fake, got him up. As soon as I saw him rise up, I went by. Now, the smart thing would have been for me to just go straight to the hole and lay it up and just bask in my glory. And just forever have this out there in the world sphere. But then I said, I'm going to get cute with it. I said, no, I ain't going to just lay this up. I'm going to dunk on him. I'm dunking this last one. This is the one. Man, this is going to be the accent mark on it. I'm going to throw this thing down. And I'm going to turn around and look him in his eye and say, what? So to do it, I had to slow down a little bit. As soon as I slowed down, he caught up. Now, we were playing to 11. I had 10, he had 10. I'm getting ready to win this game. I go up to dunk the ball. He takes it. Now, Michael's got some of the biggest hands of any human being. If you ever meet him, you shake his hand, it's going, I don't know what it is, a size 15 glove, I don't know. He traps the ball on the backboard, blocks it right on the glass. I still probably could have won, but I was so embarrassed. That failure was coming up on me. He gets the ball, dribbles it back out. I'm so embarrassed right now. I'm blinded with embarrassment. I know he's got a first step that no human has ever seen. I get too close to him. He drives by me, and he dunks, and he wins. Moral of the story, don't slow down. Don't slow down. Tonight, you achieved great things. So much so that we're here tonight to celebrate. Things that is notable, things that vibrate across the business world here in Australia. But don't slow down. Don't slow down. It's only in them times when we slow down is when everybody else catches it. Can't slow down, won't slow down. Sometimes people tell you, well, maybe you need to take your time because you might mess up or you might fail. But I'm here to tell you it's a win-win for everybody. When you understand that failure is the greatest teacher that any of us can ever have. Now, I know I've heard the saying, I don't know, it might have started in America, that a man that can learn from his own mistakes. But it takes a better man to learn from the mistakes of others. Yes, definitely. That is true. But the things that I learned through my failures and my mishaps are the things that I don't normally repeat. In my 55 years of living, when I learned it, right now, my hand, I got 30-degree burns on my hand. I realized from that day on that water is hot sometimes. I don't play around with water, James. I don't mess with that water. I have a constant reminder on my hand that the water is hot. I remember the first time I was doing some real estate investing, I lost a bunch of money. I knew I wasn't going to forget that. Oh, geez. I said, man, I'm finally going to get a place. I get a couple of these houses. I can flip them. I can sell them. I can do this. Man, I got it made. I'm on my way. I'm getting ready to be a real estate tycoon. Everything was great, but it was 2007. I didn't know that 2007 was going to be crazy like that. Everybody else probably was doing something else, but all I was doing, I was trying to get it. I said, man, this is the time. This is my time. $2,000, 2008 come, I'm underwater. I don't know how many bankers in here, but in America, when they say you underwater, that ain't good. I'm underwater on this stuff. Value done gone. I got more than what the place is worth, and it's steadily dropping. It's steady. All of the countrywide, everybody's getting ready to go to jail, and what? Who's holding the mortgage? Countrywide. Everybody's holding this paper. All of these banks. Everybody's shutting it down. Learn the lesson that over those days. Won't forget that. Won't forget it. Now I made it through it. I didn't think I would at some point. I was thinking that was going to be the hardest thing. That's sometimes with us, we think we won't make it through. But trust me, you will. Don't slow down. Some of your greatest lessons, some of the greatest things that you're going to learn in life is going to come through struggle. It's going to come through pain. I'm constantly telling young players, today's struggle is tomorrow's strength. You got to embrace it. When you're out here in business, same thing. People say, well, I got my working capital. I got all of this stuff, and I got a great business plan. And then I said, okay. And they say, I can't miss. It's going to work. Everything going to work. I said, yeah, but then the vicissitudes of life, stuff started to happen. And I always say, you can only be 80% prepared for anything. There's always going to be that 20% that shows up when you really probably don't want to see it. That 20% that comes in. And in that time, you better have some faith. You got to have some faith in the work that you've done. You got to have faith. I always tell people, I say, trust the work. When it's bad and it's tough, trust the work. When it don't look like you won't win, trust the work. I learned that lesson freshman year, James Madison University. We the number 17 ranked team in the country. When we went to practice, ESPN came to watch us practice. Man, I'm floating around that campus. Every time I go in the classroom, I'm signing more autographs than I got to do the study. It's a great time. We go to a tournament in Rochester, New York, played a team called St. Bonaventure. Yeah, see that name? You know they saw it. They ain't good. St. Bonaventure. Who gonna lose to St. Bonaventure? We not gonna lose to St. Bonaventure. We are well-trained, well-oiled machine. We coined the phrase giant killers. We took Michael Jordan and James Worthy down to 1 point. They beat us by 1 point that year they won the national championship, and they cheated us then. I mean, we were well-trained. St. Bonaventure does not have a chance. Halftime, we down by 30 points. We can't buy a shot. James is hard. I'm embarrassed. Everybody's embarrassed. You want the floor to open up. You want to just crawl under the floor. And it's on TV. People watching, all of them, and we embarrassed. I can just hear the announcers over there going, oh, there's such a surprising outcome tonight in this game. James Madison, no continuity in their offense. Totally off tonight. How in the world? Maybe it was the layoff between their last game and this. You know all of the excuses they make for you. We terrible. We can't do nothing right. We turning the ball over. We missing shots. Terrible. Halftime coming. Thank God. We get to go in and stop them for a minute. Halftime was the only thing they could stop. We go into halftime, everybody's quiet. Because you don't really learn nothing when you win. You always learn something when you lose. So coach comes in there and gives us a plan. We all tuned in. Why? Because we down 30. If we would have been up 30, wouldn't been listening to them. If we were like these kids now, I'd have been texting. I'd have been talking about what we're going to do after the game. Something like that. You know, I wouldn't. But we down 30. We embarrassed. We want them to talk. We want this halftime to at least take a year. We don't want to go back out there in front of those cameras. Coach comes in, puts the plan on the board. Not going to bore you with the plays and stuff, but the thing he told me is what I just told you. He said, and remember, trust the work. We put this work in, trust the work. We come back out there second half. Coach walks up, he said, I need 5 guys who still think we can win. Immediately my hand came up. He said, now, picked out 4 other guys. Little did he sit down, I'll never forget it. It's been 38, 39 years ago. He sits there and tells us, he says, look, I want you to trust the work, and I don't want you to look at the score. Don't look at the score. Now, any other time, that would have been easy, until he told us not to do it. You know, when stuff is easy until they tell you can't do it. I don't never speak until they tell me not to. See, like then I can't quite get it. He said, don't look at the scoreboard. Trust the work. Trust the work. Second half starts. I'm out there saying, feels like somebody's got a big, strong hand trying to pull my head up. Now, my coach was a fiery Italian guy named Lou Campanella. I'm going to just say, he was crazy. This dude was crazy. He threatened you, he tell you something, he meant it. He said, now, right before we left, he said, if anybody I catch looking at that score, he said, you're done here at James Madison University. Now, I knew he was not only meaning what he see, but later on when he watched the tape. So I'm out there. As soon as he said it, I felt like I wanted my head to go up and look at that scoreboard. So guess what I had to do? I had to find out a way to kind of somewhat know how we were doing. And the way I did that was I started looking at the competition. The first half started. Coach over there was a nice suit, just like yours, nice suit right there. Nice suit, nice suit. He's sitting there. He's just as relaxed. He probably needed a nice beer in his hand. He's talking to his assistants. I don't know, James. He probably talking about a nice Italian restaurant they're going to go out and eat after they knocked off the top 20 team in the country. He's probably thinking about that new contract he's going to get. Because we pay college coaches in America millions of dollars to coach that kids' game. So he's probably thinking about all of that stuff. He's sitting there, then loosening his tie. He's hanging out. And then we start playing. Now we start the scoring. Then I kind of see him sit up a little bit. That's a good sign. Then I see him stand up. I said, uh-oh. Game keep going on. Keep going on. Keep going on. Then I heard him start coaching the team on the court. Hey, cut off the baseline. Move up, son. And I said, that's good too. But you know when I really, really, really thought we were doing good? When I heard him start cussing. Woo! I said, he cussing now. I said, oh, and I want to look up at that scoreboard. Oh, God, I want to look at this scoreboard. But I'm grinning a little bit. Even as I'm playing, I'm tired, but I'm still grinning. Because I said, we must be coming. We must be coming. And then I really knew we were kind of getting close. He called a timeout. They need to talk about it. Wasn't no talking coming out the half. He's slapping them on the butts and stuff. Just keep playing. Keep doing what you're doing. He giving more back slaps. Ain't no back slaps on them timeouts anymore. He meeting them on the court. Son, what are you doing? He following them all the way back to the bench. Just talking to him. I'm sitting over there and I'm on the bench. We still can't look up, James, because I know he's going to watch that tape later. He's watching that camera later. He's going to be watching. I'm sitting there with my Gatorade towel and stuff, and I'm trying not to look, but I feel better. You know, sometimes you don't know you're out the woods, but you just feel better. Just start feeling like it's going to change. It's going to turn for you. Sometimes you feel like it's going to turn. I started feeling, ooh, it's starting to turn around. Ooh, it's starting to turn around. Man, we come out. As soon as we come out, he's cussing at them while they leaving. Play defense. Do you hear me, son, or you going to be sitting down? I said, I walked out there to my man. I'm looking at him. I said, ooh, this ain't going to get no easier, son. We just going to turn up. It's going to get rougher. 5 or 10 minutes later, we go to the bench. He done called his last time out. We go sit there to the bench. Coach Campanelli walks up to us. Good job, Dukes. I told you to trust the work and just play, and that's what you did. I looked up and I saw it was 1 minute, 56 seconds left. And we up 6. I said, woo! I'm like, what kind of run was that? Was that a 36-0 run? What kind of run were we on? Sometimes you just got to keep your mind on the work. Sometimes you just got to trust the work. You know, you go in there, you train with all of these trainers and stuff. Trust the work. Trust it. Stay right in there. James is in there saying, hey, it's going to turn around. It's going to get better. But see, you just looked at the bottom line. Don't look better. Not feeling better. You just check the bank account. Don't look better. James just saying that because you get paid to say it. That's what you're thinking. Trust the word. Trust the word. We up 6 with 1 minute 56 going. That was freshman year. 36 years ago. That stayed with me. Stayed with me till that night when I'm in the hospital emergency room with pulmonary embolisms all over my heart. all over my chest. The doctor's telling me, any one of these things break off, hit your heart, have a heart attack, you die. Hit your brain, stroke out, still die. We're going to try to dissolve them, but we don't know. They keep me running around, giving me shots in my stomach and everything. And he said, and you know, my dad, who's always upbeat, he ain't looking good, he ain't talking, it's looking bad, looking bad. Don't look like I'm winning. Look like I'm had to take an L on this one. Then I thought, I've been here before. I've been down. I've been counted out. I know what it is. I'm going to just trust the work. The work that time wasn't drills and stuff. The work that time was God. I said, God, now you ain't kept me around here for nothing. You're going to let me die like this? I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. People walked out of the room. The doctor came back in. Guess what I told him? I said, Doc, I'm going to be all right. He said, boy, I know doctors that's died with this. You got multiple PEs on your lungs. One of them can kill you. You got multiple PEs. He said, you could die. I said, I ain't going to die. He said, why? I said, because I ain't finished yet. I ain't finished yet, James. I ain't going nowhere. I said, Doc, you'll be dead. I'll go to your funeral, but I'll still be here. I got some winning to do. I still got some wins. There's some games out there for me. He looked at me, boy, you crazy. That was years ago. I'm still here. Getting on airplanes, you know they tell you don't get on no planes. Them blood clots will get you. They ain't getting me. No, I know people. They say, I got my socks on. I said, I ain't got no special socks. I said, I got these wings. Everything in life that comes to us, good or bad, is designed to purge us, strengthen us, push us to our destiny. I heard this the other day and I said it this morning. Somebody asked me, what's your destiny, Tracy? That's what they said, James. I said, my destiny is to help you reach yours. You and a billion others. I ain't going nowhere. Still got work to do. Still got wins. I thought my life at one point was all just about basketball. Being a basketball star. It was good. It created a platform for me to do what I was actually born to do. Standing right here with a microphone, inspiring people, reaching my destiny at the same time, helping them get to theirs. So I personally want to thank you and your organization, what you've done for every one of these folks in here, and what you continue to do. Inspiring them, help giving them a clear vision, a better focus on what's coming up next. Because the only thing that's out there for them is greatness. But every beat of their heart is nothing but greatness. So I encourage you, my brother, to keep on keeping on that. I want to thank every one of y'all today. I want to say again, I celebrate with you. Thank you for letting me and my wife be a part this evening of your successes. I guarantee you I'm going to walk out of here a little bit stronger, a little bit more excited about my future and what I'm doing here. Me and my wife, I dragged over here. I said, we going to Australia. 12,467 kilometers. That's where we going. And she looked at me. You know that look the wise give. You know, they say okay, but you know that look is in there. Yeah, they ain't really in. They ain't really sold in. She's like, hey, you know, this is kind of like something you do when you're 25, not 55. You don't jump up 55 and go to the other side of the world and start all over again. You don't supposed to do that. That's not a good business plan. Not a good model. To start all over again. But I told her, I said, listen, you know who you rolling with. You know how I get down. You know how I do. Again, I never was in the box. If you continue on this course that you're on, and I believe you will, not just creating and changing and making this world a better place, I believe that when that day comes, for me, James, when I finally do expire, because see, the day I die is because I ain't gonna have nothing else to do but die. I promise you that. I won't have nothing on my to-do list left to do. My bucket list will be checked off. I'll wake up one morning and I'll go like, I ain't got nothing to do. Notice I ain't laughing. I'm so cemetery serious right now. I'm telling you, I ain't got nothing left to do. I'm gonna look at my wife and I say, well, if it makes, don't miss that life insurance premium. Not now. I'm done. I'm not going to die like I told that Dr. James. I ain't going to die a day before I'm supposed to. And I don't want to live a day longer than I'm supposed to. I want to be on time. I'm going to be on time when I go. If you do that, and if you get to experience that the way I've experienced it, you won't be like most people, sitting there with the pain of regret, saying stuff like, you know how to do, James. I wish I'd have took that trip. I wish I'd have done this. I wish I'd have started that business. I wish I'd have stuck with that plan. No, James, they'll be like, they won't be like us. We'll be sitting there going, I can't believe I did that. Do you remember that? I can't believe I went there. I can't believe I said this at that place. I can't believe it. That's what I'm going to be saying. Because in the end, I remember the beginning. When I was born in a room where everybody was smiling. I was the only one crying. But I figured out this thing called life in such a way to not only just be successful, but I found a way to use this life to become significant. That when I die, I'm going to die in a room full of people from 8 to 80. And what is that going to say, James? Is that I was doing it up to the day I died. And when you look at the 80-year-old, you know I've been doing it for a long time. When I die, I'm going to die in a room full of people where everybody's crying and I'm the only one smiling. God bless you. Thank you. My time is up. Again, celebrating the great victories in your life.
Keep you in my pocket for inspiration every day. I think I need to just keep you just there. Just come with me.
Oh, okay.
Just come with me all the time.
Okay.
Be my best friend. Everyone needs you in their pocket. I think we have time for a few questions. Do we have?
Oh, yeah.
We do? Okay. Does anyone want to ask any questions, or am I allowed to just start us off? No, they're all shy. Looks like
Tell
it's
us
me.
about Bounce.
What was that, sir?
Tell us about your charity. What do you do? Sorry.
I'm the global ambassador for an organization called Charity Bounce. What Charity Bounce is a group of individuals who have backgrounds in basketball. It was started by a guy named Ian Heininger, who used to work for the NBL here. He's an Aussie guy, and he's brought an assortment of players from around the world, former NBA players, former Olympians, as well as U.S. and American, and here to work with kids, mainly at-risk kids, using the game of basketball to teach them things like resilience, education, goal setting, and things like that. Now, if we wanted to have a life skills class or camp, we might be the loneliest people in the world. But when we bring the sport like basketball, which Ian found was probably one of the most inclusive sports because we not only work with kids, but we also work with people with physical disabilities and handicaps, things like wheelchair basketball and different stuff. So we're a non-profit organization. We're opening offices now all around the world, but we're based out here in Australia. And I joined the organization about a year and a half ago. They had already been here doing some great work. Just got back from working out in the outback, in the Northern Territories and places. We were in Azrock, the Mutijulu communities and stuff out there working. People like Patty Mills, different ones that come out and work with the kids and inspire them to live the big dream. So it's a great organization. If you're looking for something to be a part of, if you want to touch tomorrow today, I can't think of a better organization to be a part of. If you want to be a part of what I was saying about being significant, because for me, I didn't want people to Google me and the only thing it saw that I play basketball. I couldn't live with that. You know, I'll be okay if they never say I played basketball, but I impacted people around the world. That's what I would rather say. That's what I'd rather, my Wikipedia, to really, really focus on and talk about. So, you know, just using our lives and the things we've been through to empower the next generation. That's what we do in our organization, using the game of basketball. In other words, I talked to someone this morning, I said, you know, most basketball camps or situations, James, they're trying to teach a skill in basketball. We're teaching a life skill, and we take a basketball skill to support it, to highlight it. We use basketball, because that way everybody wins. Because in my community, I got Division I scholarship offers from all over America. I was in a community full of kids that played. I was the only one that got that. In our organization, in our basketball situation, every kid wins. Because again, we're giving them the skills for the big game in life, which we call life. That's the big game. That's our organization. Now we do it in a lot of different ways. We do things like help kids get jobs. We help them put CVs together. If they don't have suits or things to go on interviews and stuff, teach them how to go through interviews. You know, just any and everything, we try to support them and give them a great head start to a great life as a constructive member of Australia and wherever we're working in. So that's what we do.